Welcome to another Woods Report. Okay, we got to talk about power outages because we're going to have a lot of power outages this summer according to the government. The government says that our power grids may not be able to hold up with all of the usage that it's going to have.
That's scary.
So it's scary. So what do you do in case of a power outage? So I'm going to do a quick video to let y'all know just some things that you can do to be prepared. Make sure you prepare. This is part of our preparation or our prepping playlist. All right? Let's take a quick thumbnail.
Why is this freezing?
Let's take a quick thumbnail.
Why are you doing your mouth open like that? Should I do that?
I should do my mouth open?
No.
It's a power outage.
But you wouldn't.
All right, here we go. All right, that's good though.
Okay.
It's too late now. You doing all that extra stuff after we done. Okay, so preparing. This is summer power outage.
Okay.
It's a whole
Different
nother
seasons
video.
have different.
There's a whole nother video for winter power outage.
Okay.
This is just summer that we doing. All right.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. Now you need to be prepared. Whether it's for a 15-minute power outage, an hour, a day, a few days, a week, a month, a year.
Had people gone that long?
No. Forever.
Like Texas had a long one.
Right. But those longer term ones that people prep for are for disasters. That's like a world disaster.
We don't even think about that.
Well, you don't want to think about it, but you prepare for it just in case.
Okay.
I'm sure The Walking Dead didn't know that they was going to wake up and people was going to be eating everybody.
You doing zombie.
The zombie apocalypse. So they had to learn how to live without electricity. See?
Okay.
So that was forever. That's not no one time, two time, three time thing. All right. But we're just going to do basic, being ready to prepare. We're not doing apocalypse or zombie attack or anything like that. Right. Alien invasion. This is like basic power grid. Go down.
We've already talked to someone who had a power outage yesterday.
We were on the phone with our sister, Bonnie, and her power went out. See?
She only got a little bit of juice left, so I can't really go back and forth.
And I told her, you need to prepare because you're going to be getting these all summer.
Wow.
And I said, I need to do a video on that. She said, that'd be a good video. So that's what we're going to do.
Okay.
All right. So the first thing I would say you need is, if you can afford it, is a generator.
Okay.
Now, this is a solar generator. These are little. This is not meant to run like your refrigerator and all that.
Big generators that homes
have. If you have money to get a big generator,
that is really
get a
worth
big
the
generator.
Money. Yes.
If you have money to get a big generator that's solar powered, that's even better.
Okay.
If you have enough money to get the one that runs the whole house, like that commercial where that family was dancing and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then the electricity went out, and they were like. And then they big giant generator kicked in, and they started dancing again. Now,
like we ain't letting nothing stop
in
us.
real life, if you was really doing that, and you had a party going on, and everybody in the neighborhood lights was out, y'all gonna get clumped over your head. I'm just telling you right now. You don't want everybody and their mama to know that you're the only person that got electricity in the whole town.
Let's go to that.
Yeah. So I would still don't be having no party
with it.
Turn the lights off, Or put some up in the window so people don't know you got electricity.
The thing about the neighborhood is all dark and your house is all
and y'all partying. God celebrate good times. And your neighbor, his food is dying in the freezer across the street and all this other stuff.
What's going on with this?
So don't. Rule number one.
That's a hard one.
Don't let everybody know what you got.
Oh.
I'm not letting y'all know everything. This is just some of the stuff.
So they'll do candles, but then the refrigerator be running.
No, don't use candles. I'm gonna talk about that.
Thank you.
This is summer.
We go to candles.
This is summer power outages.
Okay.
What do candles do? Produce heat.
Well,
so that's the last thing you want.
But that's the quick thing you think about.
No, you can have flashlights and stuff like that. Well, this is a smaller one, a smaller generator that I have to power up smaller things.
Okay.
So I have stuff that can power up. Like we have a ice machine and stuff like that. I had stuff, a cooler, things like that.
Okay. Our computers and stuff.
Computer, you know,
Laptops,
that's what the
phones,
generator.
that's the first thing people want to keep alive.
So then the first thing you want to do is you want to dress light. Today was a hot day today, right?
So if the air goes off,
you
undress pretty much.
You pretty much want to be walking around with, you know, as
your
little
bathing suit on or something.
or whatever, just light clothes.
Okay.
You want to be light clothes.
That air is gone.
Those things, I don't have it in front of me. But remember when we used to go to Taste of Chicago and you had those little fans that blow out mist? Get some of those.
Okay, have
where
those
you
ready.
can sit and just kind of blow
Keep
mist.
yourself cool.
Keep yourself, you know, with that.
So those little fans.
I have cold packs, those ice packs that you just, the chemical ones, where you twist it and it is cold. It said it stays cold for 20 minutes.
It doesn't have to be in the refrigerator?
No. Those are those cold packs that's in the first aid kit.
Oh.
Just take that, and that's stuff you can put on your head.
Keep you cool in case you
put on, you know,
feel like your body
stuff like that.
Going down.
Yeah. Again, this is power outage in the summertime.
Wow. Wow.
And then a fan. So you want a portable battery
operated
or
fan.
Electric fan.
Y'all know me about fans.
Make sure you have a portable.
I would take a fan everywhere with me.
Yes. Make sure you have a portable fan.
And I like it because of the sound too. Not so much just the air, but the sound.
Yeah, you sleep with the fan on.
I sleep with the fan sound.
So
I'm sorry, I just
no, that's fine. That's all right. But I showed you it's an app that has a fan.
I know she hooked me up to an app, so I didn't really have to take this.
You don't have to.
Last trip.
She used to travel with this big old giant.
I had
fan.
it when we were in Italy, and the my something broke with it. And I had to ask the hotel, could I use their fan? And they actually had a fan for me to use.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that was in Italy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But this is just a portable fan. So make sure you get a couple of these.
That's always good to have that regardless.
Exactly. They don't run by electricity.
Or not. Okay.
All right. So then I need to get one. I put it down on my list. There are fans that are solar powered.
So how does that work? It
the
has to be
sun.
out in the sun.
Well, it draws the
power.
And then it can run. They have some that run for like 20 or 30 hours.
So you're hoping that there's sun.
Well, you hope so.
Because that's what solar.
Unless there's a total alien invasion and the sun is blocked by some giant.
She's thinking about Independence
But anyway,
Day or something.
Now, and Will Smith needs to come and slap the alien. You know. That should be the next Independence Day.
Yeah.
He should come and slap the alien.
He's already died. I think it's his son that was in the last one.
Did he die in this one? Oh, he did. He
did. Because Vivica Fox came back in the second one as his wife.
You're right. But that would be funny, wouldn't it? If he slapped the alien.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so then make sure you have a wet towel. Something you keep wet.
Okay.
And just, to keep yourself,
cool.
you know.
Okay.
And then also you can use a wet towel to put in front of the fan. If you put a wet towel 12 inches in front of the fan, hang it on something.
Really?
And you blow the fan through it, it makes it like a little fake air conditioner.
Cool. I didn't know that.
It makes it like a little... Gee, what's going on? It makes it like it's a fake air conditioner.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Because you're usually thinking hot house, it would just be blowing hot air.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
All right, so you do that. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty
of
of water.
As much water as you can.
Drink water.
When that air goes out,
Mm-hmm.
Imagine those of us in this area. It was 94 today and very humid.
We was dying because we're in the Midwest. We're not used to that. People in Texas and all that stuff, they used to this.
Y'all so weak.
Yeah, but they was weak when the winter. They was shaking and stuff when the winter came.
Poof.
All right, so then
5 inches of snow.
Get like Gatorade. I have Gatorade in our pantry.
Those kind of drinks?
The Gatorade, because that keeps those electrolytes in there and keeps you hydrated.
Can you drink those too?
They say limit alcohol. I know you want to get drunk.
Come on now.
Limit alcohol, because alcohol heats you up. It heats your body up.
Limit alcohol. You just
eliminate alcohol.
Oh, eliminate. Oh, I thought you said lemon alcohol.
No, eliminate alcohol.
Lemon alcohol.
Try to in the early morning.
Because people are going to try to drink some wine because they like.
Exactly.
They so stressed.
And you're going to be hot too.
Oh, no.
In the early morning. Now, this is early.
Okay.
Try to create a cross breeze in your home. by opening your window. You know how in the car you
Window on
open
one
one
side
window?
and the window on the other?
Yeah, so the wind kind of blows
Oh.
through. Do that. Now, when it starts to get a little bit hotter, like around 10 o'clock, going towards noon, you want to do the opposite. You want to close your drapes, close your blinds. I have reflectors. You know those reflectors you put up in the car to keep the sun from coming into your car all day and getting hot? I have those.
Remember when I lived with I won't say names, but with my roommate and all of us, the hot heat rises.
Yes.
So we were upstairs
Yes.
in this 3-story home.
Yep.
We went downstairs to stay cool.
It's always cooler when you're lower. Yes. Yeah.
Well, we were hot on that,
Yep,
that second
yep.
floor.
And also remember, like I said, that cross breeze is coming through. Make sure you block out your windows when it starts to get really hot, like in the middle of the day, that afternoon. And I use those reflectors that you have, like in the car reflectors. I have a bunch of those, and I got them like for like
those
10
do
cent,
what?
20 cent
Those
at one of
do
those
what?
things. Put them in your window so you're reflecting the sun out.
Oh, sun.
Sun. You don't
It's
want
not
sun
beaming in
coming
your window,
You don't want
making it
sun
hot.
coming in. You want it
Okay.
out,
That's
out,
when that
out.
air is cut off.
Yes, or
Okay.
use blackout curtains. There's blackout curtains you can buy. Just things that you can put up because you don't want that sun coming into your house all day. You want to keep it as cool
You don't
as
think
you
about
can.
that either.
Nobody
No.
thinks about that.
Okay.
All right, so then we got of course everybody knows this one. Keep your refrigerator closed. Keep your freezer closed. But what a lot of people suggest you doing is putting tape on it. Tape it up with like some masking tape or something. Because people go forget and they'll open up the refrigerator or the freezer and stuff like that, and it lets out the cold air. And it reminds you that unless you really need to go in there, don't go in there.
Oh, wow.
Because that'll keep your food nice and cool for a while, a little bit at least. And what you can also do, I told you this today, freeze some water bottles.
Water.
Just a bottle of water, a couple of them, or a gallon, depending on how much room you have in your freezer. Just blank water in the bottle and leave them always in your freezer, frozen. And when the power goes out, take those water bottles out of your freezer and put them in your refrigerator.
To keep it cool, last.
That it'll be like putting the ice. It's like those old. Remember the honeymooners?
Yes, the
when
big
they had
blocks
the
of
big blocks, or any of those old black and white movies where they had those big blocks of ice,
Oh,
and the man would always fall, and then the ice would break all over the thing.
Right, he had the big old thing, that fork-looking thing.
It's the same concept. So you're putting ice.
That's why they call it ice box.
You're putting it in your
Okay.
refrigerator, and
Okay.
you're turning it into an ice box.
Okay.
That will keep your stuff cooler for longer.
During that outage.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, another thing that I have on my list to get, because I have a couple of other things I need to get on my list for prepping. If you can, get a cooler that can be powered by solar so that it keeps everything cool. The same concept in your car. Some of y'all have those little tiny refrigerators and things in your car or in your RVs
Are you
or
talking
your
about
camping.
not those lunch bags?
No, it's an actual cooler that you put things in.
Okay.
But people bring them on camping and in their cars. They do tailgating.
Okay. To keep
That
their
type of
items
stuff.
cool.
Some people have them already because they do tailgating,
Okay.
they
Are
do
you
camping.
suggesting to keep food
Just
in there?
a
maybe to
person
keep it
who
cool?
normally wouldn't have it, maybe get one of those.
Okay.
Even though you don't tailgate or go camping,
Just have
and
one
have
for
one
that
because
purpose.
some stuff you might want to put in that, and it will keep your stuff cool.
Okay.
Even though it's
So it
not
won't
plugged
spoil.
into anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
And
it.
it's powered by solar. So you would have a solar thing attached to it, and during the day it will be drawing in that sun and will keep the
keep it
electricity
cool.
going
Okay,
there.
that's very good.
All right.
About that.
Also for food, eat pantry food. Eat canned goods. Try not to make no big giant dinner. This is not the time to make a pot roast.
You know, unless you got a fireplace.
No, why would you have a fireplace? This is
This is
summer.
summer.
No. Again, you keep going back to winter prepping.
You know, I was thinking going out on the grill and grill something.
You getting ready to say what I was getting ready to say? This would be the time to break out the grill. This would be the time to cook outside.
Okay.
This would be the time to eat canned foods, ready-made foods, things you don't have to cook.
Okay.
Tuna fish.
Okay.
You know, break out the tuna fish sandwiches.
There's a lot of people.
Show me that. Let me show you that gas stove. Hand me that.
Some people don't have a problem doing the grill.
Yes. If
They
you don't
do that even in the wintertime.
If you live like in a place where you really can't do a grill or something, get something like this.
Oh, okay.
Or get one of those little camping stoves.
How does that work though? Because with
A
electricity out.
propane tank.
Ooh,
A little, yeah, a propane tank.
Propane, you guys, because you use propane for like balloons and stuff.
Yeah.
The blow balloon, is that the gas? That
No,
use
no,
to blow
you
the
think-
balloon? Ooh, same.
If you blow a balloon up with a propane,
What am I
you're gonna
thinking?
blow up the whole
Oh,
neighborhood.
Lord Jesus. What was I thinking? That big old
I know what
can.
you're talking about, and you can put it in your mouth and talk funny.
What is that kind of
Helium.
Oh, Lord
helium.
Jesus. I
She
got
said,
the wrong
she
gas.
said you blow balloons with
Look, I
propane.
flunked
All right, so this something like this.
Okay.
All right, so you put that over there. So just try to
Lord.
make sure you limit cooking
Okay.
on the stove or oven as much as possible.
Butane and propane.
Butane. I can use both. I can use butane. Those little butane, they over there. I don't feel like getting them. Those little cans of butane.
Uh-huh.
Or I can use those cans of propane.
Oh, okay.
Either one.
Okay.
Or you could use a grill outside.
Okay.
And a grill, you know, is
That's
charcoal,
easy, yeah.
wood.
Light it up.
Get some wood and let it go.
Okay.
Okay. Or like the homeless people, a metal garbage can.
You know what?
They know how to cook, man. They know how to do outside. If they wouldn't even skip a beat if anything
They
happened.
don't have no air anyway.
Think,
no electricity.
think about it. In the wintertime and the
So
summertime.
you have to act almost like homeless.
And I
Mindset.
saw on YouTube the news went and this man had a double floor box.
Come on, Kim. Come
And he was homeless.
2 stories.
He had 2-story.
How did he get to the top?
I don't know. I just know he had a 2-story. He had a whole thing laid out, and he was proud of it. He was like, "This is mine."
It must have been crates or something because
He
can't
built
get to
it.
that top and be a cardboard.
Well,
box.
he built it. Whatever he built, it was.
You know what?
He
I
was
remember
homeless
in
and
the
he
city,
built it.
In the city, this remind me in the city.
It was a luxury
This
homeless
lady,
place.
I think it was a group that was helping homeless people, getting a hotel rooms for them to
Okay.
get them off the street because it was so cold.
Right.
This one guy, he didn't want to leave his little
No,
homeless
if
place.
it's luxury, are you kidding
Oh,
me?
my, you have a
And
chance
also
to be in a hotel room.
no, because also if you leave, somebody can come and take it.
Yeah, he was afraid that somebody would
Yeah.
steal it.
If I built something from the ground up and it's good, it works for me, it's gotten me through summer
Oh
and
my
winter,
God. And they
I'm
didn't-
not going to leave that for somebody else to
They
come and
didn't
take all of
understand
that.
Why he wouldn't go?
Why would they not understand that? You see how people are stupid?
No, they didn't understand because everybody was going.
They didn't have what he had. If you had this man with the luxury, I'm not going to. If you just got a box,
my goodness.
of course you go. Nobody wants a box. But if I built something that everybody wants,
Oh my
I
God!
wouldn't go
All
either.
the other homeless people are envying him.
I don't understand why they wouldn't understand that.
Well, they let him stay.
Okay, so I did say cook outside.
Okay.
I do want to get, and it's expensive, so I'm not getting any of this stuff until I get some money, a solar cooker. And that's a cooker. It looks like a round stove, and the sun beams on it, and it cooks like an oven. It's a solar
Inside
cooker.
the house.
You could create one yourself. You can make one yourself if you like
Wow.
making stuff like
Solar
that.
has just been so popular now.
The
People are adding that to
sun.
their solar, those little panels now on
Yes.
the roof, on their roofs.
Make sure you have a couple of manual can openers. We always forget
Okay,
that. We have
that's
electric can openers.
But not
And then if the
manual.
electricity goes out, you need some manual can openers.
That's right. It's almost like anything electric.
Everything
you
I'm
can
saying on
get
this,
a
guys,
manual
I
version
might
of
put
it.
this all in the description. Depends on how
Think
good
about
mood
like
I'm
what you
in.
told me with the clock.
I might do a
Anything
list.
that you plug in,
Mhm.
it's good to have a battery operate a version of it, battery operated, or
Yes.
it can be batteries.
If you're
Batteries.
gonna cook, like I said, have all the stuff for what you're cooking on. Like I showed you that grill. Make sure you have the propane. Make sure you have the butane. If you're gonna cook on the grill, make sure you have your charcoal, your lighters. And one thing I forgot, and I just recently got, make sure that you have the stuff that you grill with, because we don't grill. So I had to get the long fork and the long
Oh,
tongs
yeah.
and
And have
things
some
like
charcoal.
that, and have charcoal. We don't grill, but I had got a grill, so I said I need to get the stuff for
And
the
you can
grill.
those grill, like you said, this indoor ones. There's outdoor ones that have butane.
Yes, and
We
propane.
used to have one of those.
Yes, a gas
Okay,
grill.
Got it. Okay.
Make sure that everyone in the house knows where everything is, and you should try to keep it centrally located. Like you should have somewhere place where you
Like a closet.
either a
or
closet, and you put this stuff like in a bin and mark it
Label
as
it,
yeah,
batteries,
power outage,
light bulbs,
have all of
whatever.
that stuff in there. So that people not running around in the dark. I haven't gotten to that yet.
Oh, okay.
People not running around trying to figure out, you know, what everything is.
Mm-hmm.
And again, for being hydrated, 1 gallon per person per day. That's what the government says.
And keep Gatorade or something, too.
And keep Gatorade.
Those power drinks.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Rechargeable batteries. So I got this thing. This is a rechargeable battery thing.
Oh.
See?
That saves money, too, right? If
yes, because you don't want to have to keep buying batteries.
Over.
And it's solar. So if I sit it out, this little thing right here, if I sit it out in the window, this will charge.
Get some power. Okay.
So get a rechargeable battery, but make sure it's solar.
Okay.
Don't get a rechargeable battery and it has to be plugged in.
Oh.
Because you don't have no electricity.
Oh, that's
Just
right.
think solar, guys. Solar.
Sun,
think camping.
Energy.
The best way to think of it is camping.
Yeah.
And everything.
What would you do with camping? Because you don't have electricity.
With prepping, it's so simple if you just think of camping.
That's true.
Everything.
And there's people probably are watching us who camp.
Who camp. And they understand that. Yeah. Lights. What do you do for lights? Now, you had mentioned candles.
Said no candles?
No candles.
Even if it's...
No, do this. Do flashlights.
To do.
Flashlights. And then I got this one that if you need help. And then it does the red. It does the side, all of that. And this one is.
She always saying I'm old school. So
who is that? Oh,
she gonna ask who sings Flashlight.
Is that George Clinton? George Clinton. Ooh. All right. Okay. So then, I'm not old, so.
No, you don't have to be old to know George Clinton.
I know. You're right.
Okay, no.
All right, so this is
a
solar. Again, I can sit this in the window, and it'll power up this flashlight.
You just think to buy just a regular flashlight.
No, everything thinks solar.
If you can do solar, that's good.
This is one of those lanterns. This is one of those lanterns.
Why it's not coming on?
It need to be powered up, which is the next, or no batteries, which is the other thing that we need to talk about.
Yeah.
Make sure all your stuff is working. So that when it's time to go,
because that's supposed to be really bright.
Yeah,
when she lifts that
we're not lifting this up, and we in the dark.
What's the batteries, Kim?
You can have a whole bunch of stuff and it don't even be ready. We found out that just
the generator
that these generators don't work with our phone.
It won't plug our phone.
It won't charge our phone. It must be iPhones
unless we. Ooh.
Yep. But
if you got an iPhone,
it charges our computer, so we would have to plug our phones into our computer to charge it.
Right.
But we're not finding that out when it's dark and we're trying to figure out what to do. We know now.
Who's thinking to practice with all of this, where everything's running, So that's good.
They also have, if y'all know, like at the dollar store, they have those lights, those fake light switches. Mm-hmm. Those are good.
Oh, the ones you put on the wall. You can
put them on the wall. Yes. Those are good to put next to your original light switches.
Yes.
So then when the lights go out, it makes you feel, even though it's not going to replace a real light switch.
Right.
It makes you feel normal in some way. If you walk in the washroom and you flick that on as if you was normally flicking on your light switch.
And you won't feel as nervous because the electricity is out.
Exactly.
Right when it's in the dark, when you're in the dark, you get nervous.
And no one wants to have a flashlight in the washroom.
You
putting it on the sink and you trying to use the washroom.
We had to have something like that when we were in Africa because we had to go to the back. We had to go outside.
And they're real bright.
We had to have a flashlight, not like this.
No, you need a red light.
We needed the kind that can sit up.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had to go in the back and do our thing outside.
And you also need like the red light. Because a lot of times if you go outside and you got a real flashlight, every insect in the world gonna come to you. Yeah. But if you got a red light, you can still see. You can still see with that infrared light. Okay, so that's a thought.
Okay.
So hands free. Those things that go around your head that they go into the tunnels. Those guys that
we
has a light right here.
Have one of those too.
One of those, because when you're trying to move stuff, you cooking,
to see why
you moving around. Nobody wants to try to
flashlight while you stir some.
You're trying to stir some or make some tuna, and you got to put the flashlight right on the tuna.
Hold the flashlight, son. Hold it.
Yeah.
Okay, Dad, you turned the chicken over yet?
So they have those on Amazon. They cheap. They're not even expensive.
You gotta get one.
Get one. I got my list. I only got a few things I gotta get.
Now,
but I gotta get one of those.
I would have been reminding you to get that.
Yes,
because they had us get one of those when we were in Africa. You have to get that. Too.
Also, if you are not able to get that, mirrors. You could take a flashlight and get a mirror and reflect it off. It'll light up the whole room. Remember that? You know, if you put a flashlight or something up against a mirror,
it reflects that.
That
brightness.
light comes and brightens everything up.
Wow.
So use mirrors.
Okay.
Mirrors help too.
Okay.
All right. So I hope I'm giving some good pointers
I
here.
didn't know that.
All right. So here we go.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, and then I had the light bulb these
Now,
things.
yeah, what was this for?
Now these things are cute.
What you
These are light bulbs.
Yeah.
That turn on.
What do you mean?
When you turn them into the thing, your normal light bulb thing.
Without electricity?
Without electricity.
Those will turn on?
Yes, they're solar powered. And they will turn on and it makes you feel like you put it in your normal thing that you normally would put your light bulb.
Where your light bulb screws in.
Yes,
Okay.
you screw it in and it will turn on.
But it's solar.
It's solar. And you could turn, if you have a light switch that turns it on and off, like mine in my room, it'll turn it off.
But it has to be powered up, though, from solar
During
the day.
During the day, or I would power it up.
You have to take it off.
Yeah,
and then put it out where the sun can.
Yeah,
Oh.
a lot of this stuff you could just put on your window seal.
Okay, get some sunlight.
And
like
it'll
you do your
that,
plants and flowers.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So that's
Wow.
I like this. I saw somebody with these and I said, I'm going to get that. Because I can replace our light bulbs. I can replace our light bulbs if the lights go out.
You got a lot of those or just one?
I got a couple. I got a bunch of them.
Okay, good.
All right. So don't nobody come over my house
asking
asking me for no light
I was
bulbs.
going to say that. Don't come to our house.
Okay. We
But
moving
you know, when
anyway.
they
So
like-
just FYI, we moving and I'm not letting nobody know where we moving
When
to.
they lights go out, they not thinking about coming over to nobody's house. Unless they in the neighborhood where the lights are still bright and they still dancing.
Again, in that stupid commercial. Okay.
Refrigerator. Okay.
Unplug electronics, because you guys notice that when the electricity goes out, when it comes back on, anything you have plugged in, sometimes if you don't have a power surge or whatever that thing is, it'll blow out your stuff.
Nobody thinks about
It'll
that.
blow out your TV or
Who thinks about
nobody
unplugging
thinks
something
about that.
When the electricity go out in ComEd and everybody waiting.
circuit breaker. That's it. If you don't have a circuit breaker on it plugged in,
Can we just not go to the wall and just turn things off?
yeah, I guess
Because nothing's working.
that's true. And then when it comes back on, but you will have to watch the neighborhood to see when the lights turn back on. Then you got to turn yours back on.
Oh, that's true. You won't know it's back on.
Yeah. And then I told you that thing that you got for your computer. Make sure your files are always backed up when you're on your computer. Make sure you have not just because we have the cloud stuff that we use, but you need to also use things like this
To store your files.
to store your files and stuff.
But what would you do when it goes out? You can't.
No, you just want to store your files in
just
case you
keep
can't
it
get them
on
off
there
your
just in
computer.
case. Oh, that's true, that's true.
And you don't want to just rely on the internet to be able to get
I
it.
won't be able to get to the Dropbox.
Or you don't want to rely on Dropbox. What if Dropbox has an issue?
Or the what's the other one that holds our files?
Right.
Those different
OneDrive and all that
all
stuff.
of that, yeah. And the cloud.
You want to
cloud
have
may float away.
Yep. You want to have a hand radio. Okay. Now I have a hand radio, and then I have
Wow.
And this is a crank radio.
She showed me this crank radio. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you just crank it up.
Crank it.
Now the government on the FEMA says you need to have one of these.
Wow.
So that's not just me. This is how they tell you what's going on. You find the
crank
station,
radio, you
and
guys.
they'll tell you what the emergency is, or if you need to evacuate. How
How
would you know to evacuate if you don't have a radio?
That's true. You can't just stand on your porch and listen for people to holler.
And FEMA tells you to have one of these.
Wow.
So you have to have one
you
of
always
these.
know what's, and then it has a flashlight on
Yes,
it.
some things I tell y'all, if you want to get it, if not, you have
There's
to have a radio.
must-have. There's a few
have to.
must-have. You just
And it
said.
needs to be a crank. It needs to be a crank in the back, because if you don't have batteries, you can crank that up. It's an internal battery in there that when you crank it, that
gives
cranking
it power.
element gives it
Okay.
power.
Wow.
So have that.
Okay.
Now my sister laughed at me when I bought these. I bought these little tiny little kid walkie-talkies. I didn't see the need to spend a lot of money on a real walkie-talkie.
Okay.
So I got a little stupid little
And then the
walkie-talkie
walkie-talkie would be for...
because we're lazy. We are the type of family that calls each other from room to room. You know that family?
Yeah.
They get on the phone and they'll call somebody in the other room.
Hey, Ma, can you take my such and such?
I'm not going to go up. I'm not going to walk over into your room to tell you something.
Some people do.
I know they do.
She hates when I do that.
I hate it. I hate it.
I'm over in the neighborhood.
Just call me on the phone and tell me what you want.
Oh.
So that's why I got these little walkie-talkies. So if the electricity, if we're not using our phone, I can talk to you in your room and say, hey, what's going
Or
on?
after I went to the basement to get something.
Whatever.
We can still talk and say, hey,
Yeah.
I don't see the flashlight.
Michael Myers is killing me right now.
You know
I need you to hurry up and get down
I
here.
wouldn't even be that calm. Okay.
And you'll be on the walkie-talkie though. Or
And he may talk to it.
oh my God!
I
Can you?
got her.
Oh my
And
Lord!
I'm
If-
coming to get you too.
Can you imagine if you was on the walkie-talkie?
Girl, I throw that thing up and fly out the house.
Can you imagine if you was on the walkie-talkie and the scream guy's voice? 'Cause that's the scream voice.
Is it?
The phone. What
Oh,
are you doing?
they
What
got a
you
new
got
movie
going
coming out.
on? That's scream.
They got a new movie coming out called
Can
Black
you imagine
Phone.
if you had this and I called you on this and he answered, "Hello."
I would think maybe,
Oh my
you
God.
know what, I would be so,
I would cry to God.
I would probably be so dense to think that it's the wrong, he's on the wrong channel.
Wouldn't it be funny if it was somebody on another channel?
On another, like CB radio.
But no, this one,
You
this
can
is
pick up everybody's
different. This one's
conversation.
different. This is a walkie-talkie. This
Okay.
is regular.
Okay.
But I do have a radio like that. I'm not bringing it
Like a
out.
CB
Like a CB radio,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
We do have one of those.
Okay.
So we can do trucker, 19, whatever,
Would you
what's going
suggest to
on.
keep
We
that
do
in the-
have one of those
Do
too.
you suggest to keep that in the car, though? Like if you're stranded?
I debate this because I was going to put one in the car. I think I am.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to put it in the glove compartment.
Because you may be stranded.
Because
and
if
you
you're
need to radio
stranded and your
somebody.
phone doesn't work or something, you can get on a trucker line or something and you can call and ask somebody to help you. And you can also call, you're not supposed to be on them unless it's an emergency or unless you have a license to be on them.
Okay.
Unless it's an emergency.
Yeah.
They allow you to be on it.
Okay.
Because I do think police officers are on there too.
Oh.
Whoever the dispatch people, they listen to those.
Okay.
So you're right. I might need to. Yeah,
Okay.
you're right.
For the
Thank you for
car.
saying that.
Okay.
So I may need to do that. Okay. And also the radio is to hear what's going on, like I said,
Okay,
what the
got
emergency
it.
is.
Yep.
We have an ice machine. I said that. This is summertime. The first thing I'm doing is breaking out that generator and I'm
And
making some
sure
ice.
that's plugged in.
I'm
the generator.
I'm making ice and stuff is going in the cooler, and I'm also going to make sure. What I got lint. I'm also going to make sure that the ice. I have ice packs. Remember those old ice packs we get a
So
headache?
staying cool is your main concern,
Yeah.
especially like today's heat.
I was thinking about an emergency, and I was like, you have to think about for you what's the most important thing for you and your
You
family.
got kids. you
And
got
I
dogs.
told,
Think
I
about your
think I
animals.
told my mom.
We used to put ice cubes in our dogs'
Oh
water.
yeah.
to cool
I
them
told
off.
my mom. I said honestly, staying cool is more important to me than food.
Yeah,
Honestly,
it is.
I can go a
You're not
day
really
or two
hungry
without
if
food.
you're really hot and miserable.
I can eat some candy or something, but hot.
If you hot and you can't breathe,
I can't
and you're
do
just
that.
miserable.
No.
You don't want to eat.
No.
Okay.
Also, get things like books,
Maybe we
of
need
course.
to be hot more often.
Get books
We can
to
lose
read.
a lot of weight.
Oh, Lord. Get books
Okay.
to read.
Oh, okay.
Have
some
have
games
a
and
game,
stuff. Like
get
Kim,
books.
Now she did have us
Toys.
prepared. Like this is the time where the family would play Monopoly, stuff like Jenga, stuff like that.
We got a bunch of
Have
games.
some stuff in the house because you don't have no electricity. You
And-
don't have to do something.
And we got old school games too. Like you said, Monopoly, Life.
Have kids stuff for the kids. Who did you
Operation.
say somebody told you about having a project for the kids to paint?
Oh, we got stuff from like Hobby Lobby and the dollar store, painting things. Those remember those signs that you go to those paint those wine and sipping wine
Yes,
things,
yes.
and you paint things.
Imagine
I bought stuff like
if
that.
you got a house full of kids
So
and
here.
the electricity go out,
Yep.
what you gonna do with them? They can't do their little games on the thing, no TV.
Nope.
Games and painting,
Oh.
things, little projects like that.
Think about-
Or listen to their music on this.
I got a bunch of these little cheap CD
player. Remember the CD players back in the
players
day?
where you can play your
Boom boxes.
your CD in your room. She be in her room, I be in mine, whatever. My mom plug your little CD,
Plugging
put
into
your little CD
batteries in there,
player,
have your little music going
entertain yourself
until the electricity come back.
until electricity come back. I also got
I think that's it over here. What's this?
oh, I got this. This is well, I'm trying to think anything for entertainment. The painting, the radio.
You said buy
oh,
something to-
DVD. Get up. You know, some of y'all have those portable DVD players that you have in your car. That would be the time to go get it in the
Play your
car,
music.
bring it out. No, the CDs.
Oh, the
Oh, we
CDs.
getting DVD and CD.
Okay.
DVD for movies.
For movies.
Bring that into your house,
That's why you can play it
and y'all can watch movies.
on your thing.
One
Okay.
of the things I have on my list
Okay.
is a projector
Ooh.
that you could project from your DVD player, and it makes it bigger.
Ah.
so that your family can watch movies and have fun.
That's good. Okay.
This is a security mechanism. And you can put this on your door or you can put this on your window. If you have...
Cheryl says you would need cash.
For what?
You would need to have cash.
Oh, definitely. Good job, Cheryl.
Kim was always telling me to have
I always
money
tell
in
people
the house.
Have cash because
the ATM machines, banks
always have cash.
You may not be able to get to them.
Exactly, because or the gas station or something their electricity is out. So their stuff ain't working either.
Yeah.
So you come in and buy something with cash, it's always gonna be somebody there with a credit card. Trying to use it. No, it's not working.
Have cash.
Have cash.
You need to have that anyway.
Exactly.
Everywhere you go.
Exactly.
It don't hurt to have a little cash in your pocket.
Yep, very good, Cheryl. Thank you.
Okay.
Here's a security mechanism because a lot of y'all have security systems. So we all do. If electricity is out.
Oh, it's not working.
So this is a little cheap little thing.
Unless you got that nice generator.
This is a little cheap little thing I bought on Amazon. You put them on your doors. You put them on your windows.
Try to come in and take your...
And you can have it where it's laser, or just you have your window up. It's summertime.
That's true,
and you have your window up.
People be walking by trying to find opportunities.
So for security, I got security, of course. You know, I don't need to say what.
Or your dog just be ready.
I don't need to say because we monetize now, but there's different things you can use for security.
That's true. That's true.
You might have to go to the range and learn how to use it, but we got that. And then you have something like this, which is a portable alarm system that can go on your door. If your door opens, it'll be loud. This thing is real loud. I took the battery out because I blew everybody's ear out.
Oh God!
But it's really loud to be so small.
Put them on your windows.
Put them on your window and all of that. So if anybody opens your window, your door, any of that, the alarm will go off and you can hear it. It's really loud.
That's battery.
And this is battery operated.
Okay, got it.
Also, there's battery operated and solar powered cameras that you can use still in around your house.
Okay.
So don't keep everything where it's electricity.
So solar is the way to go.
And then you have those lights that you put in your yard.
Yeah.
Remember how people had those patio lights that people put in? You walk up and the lights come on. Light the whole place up. Yeah. So if anybody come in your yard or whatever, it's lit. Yeah. Even if you're the only house lit up on the whole block, you're not coming in my yard, to my door, anything. Come on,
even with a squirrel running
I know. I hate that. But look, if the electricity's out, it's going to come up.
Okay.
So that's basically, all I wanted to just say is just think about camping. What would you do if you were camping and you had to stay longer than you needed to stay? Did you prepare to stay on your camping trip for 15 minutes, for an hour, for a day, for a week, for a month? Start off with, I say, 15 minutes. Your power goes out for 15 minutes. What do I do? More than likely,
now you said seasons
flashlight.
Too. Now you want to talk about the other seasons later?
Another video would be what to do in a power outage during the wintertime. That's heaters.
That's for center.
That's totally different.
Midwest people.
Yeah, or no, Houston. They got hit with that. It was cold. People died. They were cold.
How cold was it down there?
For them, it got cold. It really did.
Get below zero.
No, they wasn't prepared. It got cold. They didn't have the houses insulated and things like that.
That's a different show.
Yeah, that's a different show.
Okay.
But just be prepared for summer outages. The government told you that it's going to be blackouts and power outages.
Our grids are probably
they told you
overloaded.
They told you there was going to be food shortages. Yeah. They told you all this stuff that's coming. They telling y'all. I don't know why y'all not listening.
And you know what? We've had a few attacks, cyber. What are those? When they jack into our system.
Oh yeah, the Russia.
Right. Other countries are doing that sometimes, so that can happen.
They could come in and now you're talking about a power outage longer than a week. Ooh. See, but I'm trying to get people just prepared for a 15-minute, a day,
like Houston,
a few days. Hold on, a few days, a week. I'll give you a week.
Okay.
Prepare that if you didn't have electricity for a week.
Okay.
I'll give you that. Once we get advanced from that, we'll start talking about if you're out. If a national disaster happens where our whole grid system is attacked, and it goes down, and it's going to be longer than a week. If that happens, then you got to start talking about how am I going to wash my clothes. You know, I have, I prepared for, I think I'm up to, if we had a power outage.
For the time frame, what,
for
6
maybe 6 months.
6 months?
After that, I have to prepare longer than that. That's the solar oven and all that other stuff that I said I haven't gotten. God forbid if anything happens like that.
Any homeowner, you need to have a generator.
Yeah.
You
Generator
really
is
do.
like
A pump for flooding.
yes.
A generator.
If you can afford it.
You can afford it. Or
If you can
solar
afford it.
panels. A lot of homes are putting those solar panels on their roofs.
If you can afford
You
it.
can afford it. But you would here.
And even with the solar
You
panels, you
can
can have a
budget,
battery
But
backup.
you should budget for that. You're a homeowner now. You need to budget for that because you want your family to be protected and you want y'all, you know, everyone to still be okay.
And if you can't afford it, think of camping. How would I survive if I didn't have electricity and if I didn't have if I had a blackout and I was camping?
You would probably, this is just no brainers to you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
this one couple on YouTube, they said they camp
And
they thought they was prepared, so they wanted to use that as a thing.
So
like
what did they happen?
they kept running in their house to get stuff. Oh, I forgot this. Oh, no, you can't go in your house. Imagine if you cannot go in your house.
Oh wow.
See, so you got to have everything already ready to go.
Oh wow.
Ready to go.
Okay.
So that was pretty much it. But again, just prepare for a small, little, intimate time
this
where
is
you're
just
out.
basic stuff, right? This
Right.
is 101.
But once you do 15 minutes a day, a week, keep going. Be prepared. What if our electricity or blackout is out for longer?
I'm sure a lot of us have experienced the no electricity.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you good?
That's a good show. Thank
All
you.
right.
I learned some stuff. And then you got your to-dos.
I have some things that I still need to.
With the put on your head to see the flashlight.
Yeah.
We definitely
But the
need
things
that.
that I'm getting are extras. I think I got the
But
necessities.
that's an important one.
Yeah, that is.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't need to hold the flashlight in my hand while I'm doing things.
That's true.
It's on my head.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, y'all. So that was. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the channel. Don't forget to comment down below. And just help us grow.
Good comments too.
No, it doesn't matter.
I don't like the negative ones.
Even if it's negative, sometimes I'll delete it. Sometimes I'll clap back.
We be praying for y'all.
Sometimes I ignore it. It just depends on what mood I'm in.
Praying.
It depends on what mood I'm in.
Touch their hearts.
All right. Some guy wrote loser.
Oh, you just decided to write
that was your
loser.
whole comment. Loser.
You know the devil is busy.
Loser.
Okay. Oh, he hurt our feelings.
I was just
We're
like,
called
what?
losers.
Anyway, whatever.
Okay.
All right,
Oh,
y'all.
you need
So
to be confident.
yeah.
Jesus,
Oh, they tear you. They'll rip you to shreds.
Oh Lord.
They'll rip you to shreds on these comments.
But that's fine.
All right, y'all. You ready?
Uh-huh.
So that was another Woods Report. See you later.